Hello 8th grade, this is your extension video to help prepare you for your MLQ tomorrow. The first question says, which of the following are equivalent to 3 squared over 3 to the 5th? So our answer choices are the following, and what are we doing? What operation are we using in our first expression? We are dividing. When we divide, what do we do? The exponents, we subtract them. So I'm going to do 2 minus 5, and I'll end up with 3 to the negative third power. Now I'm going to go through these and say, okay, which is equivalent to 3 to the negative third power? A negative exponent means what? Yeah, it means division, or we write it as a fraction. So this is the same as 1 over 3 cubed. So now, which of my answer choices are the same as this? 3 cubed equals 27, so 1 over 3 cubed is the same as 1 over 27. 3 to the negative third power is not the same as 3 to the third power. For B, 3 on top is the same. Oh, this is not what B is. For B, it's just 3 to the negative third power, which is correct. And for D, we are multiplying. What do we do when we are multiplying? We add our exponents. 3 plus negative 6 equals what? Negative 3. So this is 3 to the negative third power. So our answers are A, B, and D. For question number 2, it's which of the following is equivalent to 1 over 125? I see that all my answer options are expressing something as with 5 as my base. So the first thing I'll ask myself, is there any way to rewrite this up top with 5 as a base? I know that 125 equals 5 cubed, so I can write it like this. A fraction is the same as a negative exponent, so all of those up top are the same thing. So now I'll go through my answers. Here, division means we do what to our exponents? We subtract them. So I have 5 minus 2, which equals 5 cubed. Is that the same? No. Here I have 5 to the negative third power for B, which is the same as C. When I get to D, I have multiplication. What do we do with our exponents when we are multiplying? I'm going to add them. So I have 5 to 10 plus negative 7. 10 plus negative 7 is 3. 5 cubed is not the same as 5 to the negative third power. Last one, when we raise an exponent to another exponent, what do we do? Yeah, we multiply them. So 3 times negative 1, negative 3. E is correct as well. So my answers are B, C, and E. All right, for the third one, we've seen this problem before. The numbers are a bit different. 2,000 students attending school in New York. The average number attending middle school in New York is 8 times 10 squared. About how many times greater is the overall number of pre-K through 12th grade students compared to the number of middle school students? So I have 2 million as my pre-K through 12, and 8 times 10 squared, and it is asking how much greater is the pre-K through 12 than middle school. So I'm going to be doing what operation? Right, I'll be dividing. But first I need to convert this number into scientific notation. My decimal needs to go here. How many times do I have to move it in order to get there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Is it a really big number, a really small number? It's really big, so my exponent will be positive. So it'll be 2 times 10 to the 6th power. So now I am dividing. Which of these numbers is larger? Right, 2 times 10 to the 6th power is larger. So when I divide, it'll go on top because I want to see how much bigger that number is. My smaller number goes on the bottom. 2 divided by 8 is 4. Nope, I have to do top in, bottom out. You'll end up with 25 hundredths. So I have 25 hundredths. Now what do I need to do with my tens? Yeah, I subtract my exponents, so I have 10 to the 4th power. Am I done? Nope, I need to change this so that it's between 1 and 9. So I need to move the exponent once that way. Did I just make the number bigger or smaller? I made it bigger, so I have to make this number smaller. So I'll have 2 and 5/10 times 10 to the third power, because I borrowed a 10 in order to make that number bigger. For our last problem, we have the half-life of isotope A is 3 and 8/10 times 10 to the negative second power. The half-life of isotope B is 3 and 8/10 times 10 to the negative fifth power. We want to know how much greater is A than B. If it says how much, is that division or subtraction? How much means subtraction. How many times means division. So I'm going to subtract. Which one is larger? Isotope A is larger because -2 is larger than -5. So I'm doing 3 and 8/10 times 10 to the negative second power minus, put it in parentheses, 3 and 8/10 times 10 to the negative fifth power. What do I need to do? I need to make it so that my exponents are the same so that I can subtract. So for this one, which exponent do I want to change? I want to change my smaller one. So I want to make my 10 to the negative fifth bigger so that it becomes 10 to the negative second power. To go from -2 to -5 to -2, how much bigger do we have to get? We have to get 3 bigger. So which means I want to move my decimal in this one to make it 3 smaller. So I'll have 1, 2, 3. That'll be 0.0038 times 10 to the negative second power. Now are my exponents the same? Yes, they are. So now I can subtract my front numbers. When I subtract them, I need to line up my decimal. So I have 3 and 8/10. Then I'll have 0, 0. I think that's 38 10,000ths. Add my zeros as placeholders, and then subtract. I can't do 0 minus 8, so I go to my next 0. Can I borrow from a 0? No. So I go to my next one, still can't borrow. So I borrow from my 8, make it a 7. This becomes a 10, but I still need to keep borrowing. This becomes a 9. This becomes a 10, and I borrow all the way over here. Now I have 10 minus 8, 2, 9 minus 3, 6, 9 minus 0, 9, 7 minus 0, 7, 3. 3 and 7,962 10,000ths. What do I add as my tens? For my tens, I keep the one that I changed it to, so it'll be times 10 to the negative second power. So 3.7962 times 10 to the negative second power. All right, go ahead and finish up the last 4 problems on your own.